I just want to talk about the importance of loving yourself and why it's so important, especially in today's world. If you haven't noticed, what we have going on in today's society, I personally feel like is that we're being taught all the time, especially with social media, with people's opinions, especially what we see, not necessarily on magazines no more, but really social media, that we're not enough, right? We're not enough. We're taught to always compare ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly. And so, I want to tell you right now, loving yourself is not selfish. You'll hear people say that, oh, that's so self-serving. Listen, you got to take care of yourself. The love that you have for God is first and foremost, but you got to learn how to love yourself. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, can't nobody else love you the way you're supposed to be loved. That's why we get in relationships. I'm about to go in. That's why we get in relationships and we don't even know what love is, and we accept whatever they give us. And we think that's what love is. But when you set the standard for your life, when you know what love is, you know how to really love yourself and care for yourself. Let me say, loving yourself is owning everything that you are. I want you to understand something, like you were created for a purpose, on purpose. Realize that. Get that. Okay? God loves you. Period. And so loving yourself is owning everything you are. Yes, the things that people don't like, owning that. The things that you might be insecure of, owning that. Owning all of those things. And when you learn to love yourself, I'm not saying be arrogant. I'm not saying be an a-hole, excuse my French. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying being cocky, none of that. But it's about having confidence in who you are, because you know that you're special. Nobody on this earth is created like you, is you. Nobody. So when you understand the power in that, when you understand the power of you, when you understand that, like, think about it. Think about the odds of you being you. It changed your whole dynamic of life. You got to set the standards for your life. You got to tell people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you don't respect yourself, I'm going to tell you right now, ain't nobody else going to respect you. That's why we get in these relationships and we settle. We get in these friendships that ain't about nothing, and we settle those friendships. And we lose ourselves when people leave. I tell you this all the time. When people leave your life, yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to suck. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be all of those things. But at the end of the day, when somebody leaves your life, you shouldn't lose yourself. If you're losing yourself when somebody walks out of your life, I'm not saying that you're not going to go through a healing process. I can talk about healing all day. When you go through healing, healing hurts. But that doesn't mean you're not healing because you're hurting. I want you to understand that. But also I want you to understand this, that if somebody leaves your life and you lose yourself, it's because you haven't learned how to love yourself. And sometimes it takes being alone. I always say this quote, sometimes God wants you to be alone, right? So you can see what being perfectly loved feels like. So you can understand the love that he has for you, so you can develop that love and start loving yourself, because you know that you're loved by an awesome creator. You're loved by a perfect and wonderful God. So you're not a mistake. So learn how to love yourself. All right. Tell people how to treat you. Right. You're not accepting less anymore. Like, you should be able to see that and look at that and say, you know what? They're not giving me love. That's not love, because I know what love is. So many times we lose ourselves while loving someone else. You can't lose yourself, because in order to make something great outside of you, whatever that is, whether that's your family, whether that's your business, you have to make sure everything is good inside of you. You got to find the confidence in yourself. You got to walk with your head high. You got to take ownership over your life. And that all embodies with loving yourself. That's living your values. The values that you set, that's standing up for what you stand for, and not lowering those values for nothing or nobody, not selling your soul for whatever looks good on the outside. That's owning your flaws. That's owning all of those things. That's what loving yourself is all about. It's embodying it all and saying, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I was created to be. Yes, this season of my life may suck. Yes, I went through some ups and downs. Yes, I made some mistakes. Yes, I did some things wrong. Yes, I went through some struggles, etc., but I'm still here today, and I'm still going to love myself through it all. Because all those things made me who I am today. All those things that I went through built my strength. So don't let this world make you feel like you're not enough. Don't let people make you feel like you're not enough. Don't let opinions make you feel like you're not enough. Don't let social media make you feel like you're not enough. Love yourself. And to the people it make uncomfortable because you decide to love yourself, you decide to take care of yourself for once, you decide to be selfish for once. Like some of us, I'm one of those people. I'm a giver, man. I'm a server and I'm a giver. I give. I get taken advantage of plenty of times because I'm a giver. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to step back and say, you know what? I'm going to give to myself for a little bit, whatever that may be. Maybe it's taking yourself to go get a massage. Maybe it's going to get a fresh haircut, line up, get your hair done, your nails done. Maybe it's taking a trip. Maybe it's, I don't know what it may be. But take care of yourself first. Be selfish just for a little bit. Because a better you results in a better world. The more better you are inside of you, the more peace you have, the better it is for everybody around you. If you're living in frustration, if you're living in confusion and chaos, you're not good, and the things around you, I promise you, are not going to be good neither. So take some time for yourself. Reflect on your life. Reflect on who you are. Reflect on your journey. And be selfish just for once. Okay? Be selfish just for once, because if you keep on giving, and you have nobody giving back into you, I promise you this, I guarantee you this, you will end up empty. You will end up stressed. You will end up depressed. You will end up hating life. I promise you that. I've been there before. Yes, me. I've been there before. I had to step back and say, you know what? I'm going to take care of myself. I made that decision 2 years ago to stop carrying people on my back that was capable to walk by my side. I said, I can't do it no more, because if I keep on doing it, I'm going to lose myself. I wasn't loving myself. I was too busy loving everybody else that I was forgetting to love this guy right here. And sometimes we get caught up in that as leaders, as parents, as whatever. We get so caught up in loving everybody else, which is a great thing. I'm never going to tell you to stop doing that. Always give love. But we forget to take care of the person that we see in the mirror. Right? We're smiling for everybody else, but inside we're dying. What good is that? What good does that do down the road? I don't want you to lose yourself. And maybe you have lost yourself. Maybe at a point where you feel like, Trent, I can't love myself. I just have so much. Reality, release, and repair. If you know me, if you follow me, you know I talk about that all the time. You need to go through that process, because you got to get back to the true love. And honestly, the easier it is to love yourself, the more you are connected with God. The more you see the love that he has for you, his unconditional love, right? And that filters through your soul, filters through your life. And you realize how special you are. If an awesome God can love you through everything, love you through those mistakes, you must be an incredible person, an incredible creation, an incredible being. And it makes it a lot easier to love yourself. And I know it's hard when we have so many things going on. We have so many storms going on. We have so many opinions going on. We have this social media where we're scrolling all day, and we're seeing somebody who appears to be doing better than us, who appears to be happier than us. And we're thinking like, man, what am I doing wrong with my life? Don't get caught up in that. You're exactly where you want to be. You're in that perfect place, as I talked about the other day, which I got cut off because I didn't have a good signal. You're in the perfect place right now to love yourself. The perfect place. Yep, all that chaos, the perfect place. Yep, they walked out of your life. Yep, the perfect place. Things aren't going right, the perfect place. Storms going on, the perfect place. Challenges, the perfect place to love yourself. Because if you can love yourself at your worst, just imagine yourself at your best. Just imagine how contagious that is to everybody around you. Just imagine that love that spills out, because the more you feel good about you, the easier it is to love everybody else. The easier it is to give love, because it's hard to give what you don't have inside. If we see hateful people, we see people who are just toxic, it's because they have a lot of hate, a lot of toxic things inside their life, inside their heart. And that's what they're putting out. You cannot give what you don't have to give. But I just wanted to come on here and give that message to you and just talk to you guys for a little bit, man, because, you know, I see a lot of people not loving who they are, feel like they're cursed for who they are because of things that they went through. Just imagine if everything that you went through was for a bigger purpose. Just hypothetically speaking, if everything that you went through was for something greater than the pain you're actually experiencing. All the losses in your life was just adding up for this big gain in your life. Just think about that. Just think about if that happened with your life. How powerful you would be, because you actually went through it. You actually went through the struggle. You went through the hurt. Some of you got stories that are way powerful than my story. Some of you can touch way more lives than I can touch. But we just haven't owned it. We haven't took ownership over our life. We haven't learned to love ourselves. We haven't learned to accept ourselves. And that's the first thing, honestly, is acceptance. It's saying, you know what, this is me. This is who I am. Everybody's not going to like it. Everybody's not going to agree with it. Who cares? It's the world. People are not going to like you. Like, if you're trying to be liked, get over that. People are going to do you wrong. People are going to hurt you. People that you love a lot might not be giving love back to you. It's a part of life. It's no certain formula or secret to break those things. Things happen. But I do know one thing, despite everything that's happens to you, despite everything that's happening to you, you still have a choice to still love yourself. You still have a choice to still love yourself. That's always a choice. And whatever that looks like for you, long as it's positive, long as it's healthy, whatever that looks like for you, I'm not here to tell you these are the steps to love yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, whatever it is that you have to do, whatever it is that you have to step away from, whatever it is, whatever bridge you have to build, whatever connection you have to make, as long as it's positive, as long as it's healthy, do it. All right, do it. And I just read somebody that said easier said than done on the comments. You already see my video. Everything is easier said than done, whoever said that. I just want to be clear with you. Everything is easier said than done. Okay, going to cook, as I always use this analogy, if you're hungry right now, it's a lot easier to say I'm hungry than actually to go in the kitchen and cook some food. But when you're super hungry, what do? You go do it and go cook it up. So when you're hungry for your change, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, when you're tired of being in the same place, when you're tired of complaining, you make it happen with your life. You don't say easier said than done. You say no matter how hard it may be, I'm going to do it. Stop using those excuses to keep you where you at. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. I know the struggle is rough. I get it. But you cannot keep saying those same old things and complaining your whole entire life and not doing nothing with your life. I know how it feels to be hurt. I know how it feels to be stressed. I know how it feels to be depressed. I know how it feels to be all those things. And I know how it feels just to complain about those things and not change those things. And I know how it feels to actually make a difference, step up, not knowing where I'm going, to say, I'm not going back. I know how it feels to burn the bridge and say, I'm not turning back, and do something with my life. Now, I'm not jumping on you right now, but I'm tired of seeing easier said than done. Okay? Listen, when you move on from something, it hurts. It sucks. It's very uncomfortable. It's very painful. But don't let that pain keep you from the promise. Don't let that pain keep you from the purpose. Don't let that pain keep you from the strength. Because I tell people all the time, man, I even tell myself, I remind myself of these things. Stop complaining about the things that you aren't willing to change. And I never said it was easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy. But you have to figure it out if you want to. If you want to make a difference with your life, you have to figure it out. And like I said, I'm not some guru that tells you all the secrets. I just tell you what I go through. I give you some suggestions. And you can apply whatever you need to apply for your life. If it doesn't pertain to your life, leave it. Leave it. But I know it's possible. Because I'm sure you can read on these comments that people that's went through a lot have made a change. You can find people who's went through tons of struggle, that's used that struggle and turn that struggle into strength. Turn that struggle into strength. The harder the struggle, man, the stronger the strength. That is what it is. No growth. No struggle, no growth. No struggle, no strength. But it's time to set yourself free. And don't sit there with that same old mindset. Because like I said, you can't change people. I want you guys to understand that. You can't change someone. You can't. I can't change you tonight. I'm not trying to change you. I'm just here to plant seeds. And hopefully one of those seeds sprouts in your life. But you can't change somebody. When somebody asks me, Trent, well, I want to change my situation. Yes, there's things you can do if you're the cause of the situation that you can apply and change a relationship in a marriage and all those things if you are the cause. But if you're not the cause and this person or situation, whatever your situation may be, keeps on doing the same things over and over and over again and nothing has worked, they don't want to change, they don't care to change, you can't change them. You can't change her. You can't change him. They have to want to make that change. And so it's up to you to make a choice to stay there and hopefully pray they change? Or it's up to you to say, you know what? I'm going to focus on loving myself. So it is what it is. Like I said, man, I just, when people say easier said than done, it kind of gets me going because I can't live by that. I can't because it is. That's like everything in this world is easier said than done. Everything is. Me getting on this live stream was easier said than done, but I had to do it. I had to take action. Some of us, we want to be healed. We want to change like that overnight. It don't happen. You got to understand the process. That's why I tell you, fall in love with progression. Change happens over time. It does. Like I said, healing hurts. It hurts when you walk away from something. Moving on hurts. When I moved on from my life from a lot of things, it sucked. I still go through things right now in my life. It sucks. But guess what? I keep moving forward. I keep progressing. I keep praying. I keep faithing it out. I keep conquering my struggle. I keep on going. Because there's no other option for me. I got a family that depend on me for me to be the best me. I got a family that depend on me for me to love myself. So I can love them wholeheartedly. So I can really love them. So I can give that love to them. Not that halfway type of love because I'm hurt inside. You got to take care of yourself so you can be the best for someone else. You feel me? There's people out there that deserve the best you. Whether it's your kids, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your employees, I don't know. There's people out there that deserve the best you. The best you. Not a hurt you, the best you. There's people out there that deserves the best you. All right? It all starts with you. And I know this message might step on some toes. Well, I'm stepping on some toes tonight. I know the truth hurts, but I promise you this, the truth always helps. Okay? Y'all got me going in here, man. I'm about to, let me calm down a little bit. I wasn't even going to try to like get this emotional in here. But as you can see, this means a lot to me. Everything with Rehab Time means a lot to me. This is my life. This is not a hobby. This is not when I feel like doing it. This is my life for the last, 8-9 years. I truly care about people. I truly care about people conquering their struggle. I truly care about people turning that pain into power. I truly care about people turning the tables in their life. You know what that means? You turn the tables, that you might be going through something right now, but eventually you turn the tables and guess what? You're not going through it no more, right? People might not be supporting you, but eventually you turn the tables and guess what? Now they're begging for your support. Turn the tables in your life. And it ain't going to happen overnight. Believe that. Get around people, get around someone. If you don't have anybody, get around yourself and start to live free and start to love yourself. Unconditionally, unapologetically, love yourself. Don't love yourself based on conditions. Don't love yourself because I'm about to give it to you right now. This world will try to give you these statuses and these titles, and you're only supposed to love yourself when you have this many followers. You're only supposed to love yourself when you have this much money in your bank account. You're only supposed to love yourself when you have this relationship goal stuff. That's a whole nother thing. The power couple, whatever that is, right? You're only supposed to love yourself when everything's going right in your life. You're only supposed to love yourself when you're shining. You're only supposed to love yourself when you have everything together. That's what this world tries to tell you. No, you can love yourself at your weakest. You can love yourself at your rock bottom because that's where you truly love yourself at. So understand that. Don't let this world force in the whole success thing and you have to be successful to be able to love yourself. No, love yourself right now. Love yourself right now. And it's going to be hard to do it, but love yourself right now. Actually, it's not. Just get away from all the statuses and titles and all these things that people put on our lives that make us feel like just appreciate your life. Just appreciate. You got breath. Appreciate your life. Yes, you might not be where you want to be, but guess what? At least you're not where you used to be. At least you're heading somewhere with your life. If you are. The climb sucks, but the peak is beautiful. I promise you that. And guess what? You probably going to go through ups and downs again. You're going to go through times where you question yourself. You're going to go through times where you start not loving yourself. I do that. All right? I go through those times where I'm like, where I'm worried about something else in this world that's making me feel like I'm not enough. And I have to step back for a second and say, wait, I am enough. And I have to remind myself. These are reminders that are set up for you. Have some reminders that remind yourself of how special you are, how incredible you are, how awesome you are. So when somebody tries to say something different, when this world tries to give you something different, you know to stiff arm that. Stiff arm it, right? Just like football. You see that picture back there? That's how I used to do people. Stiff arm them. Stiff arm the hate. Stiff arm the negativity. Stiff arm everything that's not your truth. Bang. Stiff arm it. And keep running. or walking or crawling. However you got to move forward, keep doing it. Let's get it.